Hey friends, welcome back. This is Angela, the Inquisitive Farm Wife, and I am here today to share with you the second recipe in this series of dip simber. Last week we made the Italian dip mix. This week we are going to make a Fiesta dip mix and a fun, cute little way to package them. Okay, let's go to the kitchen and get busy. Okay, friends, we are in the kitchen and we are ready to get going on our next dip. First thing I wanted to do is go ahead and get out all of my ingredients for the Fiesta dip mix, and I lined them up. I got my measuring spoons all ready with the measurements I needed to make life a little easier. And then I have my containers here, which are just these ornament balls. They're plastic. I got them at the Dollar Tree, so 2 for $1.25. I thought that was pretty economical way to upgrade the gift giving idea here. So I need to just cut off the tags, and you'll need to find a container to put them in. This really isn't the exact size I probably needed, but it's what I had available, so I'm going to make it work. But the balls will not sit up straight on their own until they get the weight of some of the herbs and spices in there. So I just needed a way to kind of keep them upright so that I could put my funnel in there and pour in the spices just a little bit easier. Now, if you don't have a small funnel like this, it's okay. You can actually take a piece of paper, roll it up, and use it as a funnel. And let's get started filling these. All right, the first thing we're going to add is parsley. That was 1.5 teaspoons of dried parsley. As much as I would have loved to have had my own fresh dried herbs, I've used the ones that were gifted to me, and let's be honest, friends, I have a hard time growing herbs. I don't know why. That is something that I hope to work on. Maybe together you can give me tips and teach me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. But I hope to have time to at least have an herb garden this year. Okay, at this point you can see I got frustrated enough with trying to make that work that I went and got a second container, hoping that this might make things a little bit easier. Hopefully by you learning from my mistakes, you'll just find the proper container the first time and you won't have to hassle with the drama of trying to keep these upright. All right, alas, let's go ahead and just get to the next ingredient. These, however, are my home dehydrated onions, and I'm excited about that because they got such a deep flavor when I dehydrated them. They were almost like caramelized. You can see the color difference between the different batches that I did, and this one I thought would be excellent for using for dips. So that's the jar that I grabbed. This is an old Pampered Chef hand chopper thing. It works really good because the onions, when I made them, they were in big pieces and I just kind of crunched them down. But to be able to get them to fit down into the ornament, we're going to need to have smaller pieces. So let's measure out 1 1/2 teaspoon per ornament. So this might take a little tippy tappy here to try to get them in. Just be patient and it'll go right down in there. The smaller the pieces, the easier it's going to be to get them out. You can see I've got some that weren't chopped quite as much as others, so they might get stuck in the funnel and we just have to kind of be patient and work them through there. They'll get through just fine. See, isn't that cute? We've done the same exact concept that we did last week, which is layering with different colors. So next we will do the chives. I do have some of those actually that I dehydrated. However, these were smaller and I thought they would fit in better. And as you can see, they kind of just go right in. And we needed 3/4 of a teaspoon of those per container. And see, even these, I'm struggling just a little bit, but just a little patience and tippy tappy and in they'll go. here we are. On to the next ingredient, which will be chili powder. And not only does this give it great flavor, but I love the color that it adds to the ornament. We will be using 1 1/2 teaspoons of the chili powder. And in it goes. Just got to be careful. Those ornaments still don't want to set up right. I'm wondering if I would have used like a cup or like those small little custard cups or a container that you would hold your tea bags in. Maybe that would hold it better. What do you think you might use to make it stand up just a little bit better? Let me know in the comments below. We are going to move on to the cumin. I'm going to have to reuse one of my teaspoons here. Not a big deal. They're all going in the same container anyway, so it'll be just fine. We'll need 3/4 of a teaspoon per container. And look at that. I just love the contrast of the colors. I just think that's really neat. So we'll just put that in there. And we'll be ready for our very last ingredient. And it is a super simple ingredient, but probably necessary just to give that little extra kick. Can you guess what it is? Can you see it in the corner? That's right. Salt. Just a little bit, 1/4 of a teaspoon per container. So the salt is super easy to get in there. You just need to measure out your 1/4 teaspoon per container. But look, if you notice, I'm using my left hand to actually measure with. I'm not very good with my left hand, but hey, most of it made it inside the container. And we now have them filled. It's ready to put on our lids. You just need to be a little bit careful because the little metal part at the top that kind of wraps around the ornament here, it is a little soft, and so it can bend easy, so you just have to be careful and, make sure that you get it in there tight. And next we're going to want to try to find a different type of label because obviously this one's too big, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Next, what we want to do is we'll take all of our ingredients here that we just put together in a bowl, and we're going to add the wet ingredients. We're going to start with some mayonnaise. You can use Miracle Whip. It'll just give it a sweeter flavor, but I found these little containers of mayonnaise, and I thought they would be perfect for this project. So they're 1 cup each. I just need to scoop out about 1/2 of one of these for this recipe. I'd say I did pretty close. It's not an exact science. We can guess a little bit. And back to some sour cream. We'll use 1/2 cup of that. And so this time I'll get it right with my measurement. If you were with me last week, you know what I'm talking about. We all make those goofs, right? But at least I caught it in time. And plop, plop, there it goes. Now it's time to mix everything well. And you just want to stir everything well, incorporate it, make sure you don't have any clumps. Nobody wants to dip into it and then get a dry bit of spice. That just would not be tasty at all. So we'll just make sure that we are mixing and blending this well. I tend to do a lot with my hands, but you absolutely could use a hand mixer in a bowl to make sure that you got this done well. I just am so used to whipping things up with a fork or spoon like my grandma did, and I kind of go crazy and can whip things up pretty darn fast. And again, you're going to want to make sure that you put this in the refrigerator to make sure all the seasonings have a chance to go through the sour cream. Label it and put it in the fridge. This has been such a great and fun thing to do. I want to take a moment and thank all 40 plus collaborators for joining in on this celebration fun party time. What I want to do is ask all of you to go watch the videos. I'll have a playlist down below and you can go watch all the videos. Give everybody a thumbs up. Make sure that you comment something original. No copy and paste. YouTube won't include you if you do that. And that will get you into a drawing that I'll be hosting on January 1st, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you could win a variety of different prizes. Winners must be 18 and in the U.S. All you have to do is go in, like, subscribe, and leave a message. All right, guys, now on to the video. All right, now it is time to go ahead and label these. What I did is I took the same pattern that I had made on Avery before, and I just transferred it to a different sticker option. So it was quite a bit smaller. This time it was 12 per sheet. It took a little finagling, but I was able to figure out how to get the recipe on the front and back of just the one sheet. So I just had to cut the one card instead of doubling it over like we previously did. And then I took some green ribbon and I poked a hole in the label, trying to not mess with the wording at all. And so now I'm attaching the ribbon and label to the ornament. I had also previously taken a red. You can hot glue that if you would like. I ended up not doing it because this is a new hot glue gun. I couldn't seem to figure it out. But you can see I took a red ribbon and had looped through there so that you could hang it on something or attach it to something if you choose. But I just thought that looked really cute. And again, it's up to you if you want to tack it down a few times with some hot glue, but I didn't find it was completely necessary. And there it is. Cute as can be, isn't it? Okay, so we put it together. We've let it set. We've got to give this a try. Our Fiesta Dip. Today, I'm going to just put it on a saltine. See what we think. Ay! It's yummy. This would be delicious with some black beans. I want to spread this on a quesadilla. So delicious. Give it a try. Tell me your opinion. What do you think? Do you like it like we do? I sure hope that you enjoyed today's recipe. Make sure that you come back again next week to see which one we're going to try next. Bye, friends.